Welcome to African Splendour and Travel, your gateway to the breathtaking beauty of the African continent. Every week we uncover hidden gems and iconic destinations, offering insider tips, exclusive deals, and unforgettable adventures. Engage with us, share your stories, and let's journey through Africa together. This episode holds a special place for me, as both locations we're featuring are run by individuals who dedicate significant resources to community upliftment and environmental preservation. They are truly leaving a lasting legacy. We'll be returning to a familiar favorite, the Amalinda Safari Collection in Zimbabwe, but first up, let's visit the amazing Moolmanshoek Private Game Reserve in South Africa's Eastern Free State. This episode is sponsored by Villa Krause Skincare, as well as the Winford Family Farm situated near Furiesburg in the Eastern Free State. I've spent the last 2 days here on Moolmanshoek Private Game Reserve, halfway between Vicksburg and Roosendaal, and it's just one of the most incredible places you could ever visit. What makes it really special, I think, maybe in this order: the people, the venue, what you can do here, but then thirdly, the soil. And I'll explain a little bit later, but it's the restoration of the soil and the restoration of humankind, the restoration of who we are as people that make this place absolutely amazing. If there's one place that you absolutely must add to your hidden gem bucket list, then it is Moolmanshoek Private Game Reserve. There are 4 integral parts which make this farm exceptional: the fauna and flora, the lodge, the Leadership Development Center, as well as the Equestrian Center. Each one of these 4 parts are managed by a couple, all forming part of the Nell family who owns the farm. Although, as Patriarch Willie Nell explains, he does not see them as owners of the farm, but rather as stewards of Moolmanshoek. Willie and his wife Mimi manage the natural soil and the game on Moolmanshoek. Terwyl ek saam met Willie deur die plaas gery het, het hy my met groot passie verduidelik hoe hy met die rehabilitasie van die plaas begin het in 1973. Op daardie stadium was meeste van die bolaag van die grond sodanig beskadig dat die plaas geen wins kon maak nie. A personal transformation caused Willie to realize that he had to change the way they farmed. Profit was not the most important aspect of farming. Firstly, it should be about people. You realize that God made all people equal and they should be treated as equals. Secondly, it is about the earth or the planet. Are we preserving the planet for the next generation, or are we destroying it? Lastly comes the business or the profit part of farming. Today, Moolmanshoek is a shining example of organic farming, where even university professors come to do research in order to share their learnings and support others in duplicating a similar process. This specific area was affected by extreme erosion, rendering the soil useless for farming before Willie planted new vegetation some 47 years ago. According to him, it has never needed any kind of fertilizer since then, and yet it has provided nutritious grazing year in and year out. We had some very heavy rains during my 2-day visit to Moolmanshoek, which made it difficult to get everywhere. But just look at this breathtaking flight over a section that they call their own little Serengeti at Moolmanshoek. I never knew that you get eland in such huge herds. This herd is made up of more than 200 eland. This farm is also a very interesting example of how the earth, the mountains and rivers were formed, especially the sandstone mountains that are found in the Eastern Free State. Moolmanshoek is surrounded by high mountains and is nestled into a horseshoe valley below 4 prominent peaks. The 2 highest peaks being Sekonjela's Hoed and Versierskerf. Versierskerf is the highest loose-standing mountain in the Free State, peaking out at 2,410 meters above sea level, and you have to see the 360-degree view from the top. Murphy manages the lodge and restaurant. Here they do all kinds of events, but have become well known for the spectacular weddings they host here. The ceremony can be outdoors in a poplar or cedar grove, or in the beautiful sandstone chapel. The reception hall provides seating for up to 150 guests. The accommodation is luxurious and you can choose from rooms in the main lodge or in the rooms of the old stables now called the Mews. All the rooms have great views of the farm and the mountains. If asked, most wedding guests would agree that the most unforgettable part of the ceremony is when Wisman drives over 100 horses past the guests in a spectacular horse run. This brings me to Wisman Nel, a real cowboy and fantastic horseman with a passion for adventure. I was amazed to hear his many stories of adventures on horseback. The most impressive was his second place in the Mongol Derby, the longest and toughest horse race in the world at 1,000 kilometers. What made this race so special for Wisman was that one of his grooms, Sampi Mokweke, joined him for this amazing experience. Wisman manages the Equestrian Center and also takes advanced riders on challenging outrides at Moolmanshoek. Anyone from novices to skilled riders can book rides on the farm. Some of the rides can even take you up and over the majestic Witteberg Mountains. Niklaas and Isabel have a passion to train young people and they manage the Leadership Development Center. Here, young and old can book for team building, leadership training, skills development, or simply an adventurous time. Hiking, obstacle courses, abseiling, mountain biking, 4x4 trails, and many other activities are possible on and around Moolmanshoek. Go to the Moolmanshoek website for more information, as I did not have enough time to mention everything in this video. I promise you a warm reception, a fun time, and an unforgettable experience. Or, as the family would say, a feast for the eye, rest for your soul, and firewood for the times ahead. We'll be back at Moolmanshoek shortly, but first up I'd like to thank Villa Krause's Skincare. I've been using their products over the last 10 years, and not only are their products incredible, but it's fully produced here in South Africa, and the owners and the staff are absolutely amazing. Welcome back to Moolmanshoek for the Four Peaks Mountain Challenge, a race born from vision and forged in the wild heart of the Free State. Now this year, nature decided to throw down the gauntlet, biting cold with snow-covered peaks. It's a testament to the spirit of this race that even in these extreme conditions, 50 brave souls dared to take on the challenge. But to understand the grit and determination on display today, we need to rewind to the genesis of the Four Peaks. It all started with Derek Odendaal, a man with a dream. Inspired by the legendary Skyrun, Derek envisioned a mountain race that would be challenging yet accessible. Something for the everyday adventurer and the mountain hiker, long before the term trail running became a household name. In 2002, Derek and Herman Fourie explored these peaks, mapping out a route that would encompass 4 iconic summits, namely Pyramid 1, Pyramid 2, Jacobsberg and Sekonyela's Hat. The 4 Peaks Mountain Challenge was born.
Ons is vandag opgewonde, want dit is die 22ste jaar wat hierdie 4 Peaks plaasvind en ons was bevoorreg om in die eerste een hier te wees saam met Derek Odendaal en Herman Fourie en Cornie Fourie en hulle was ongelooflik. Derek het hierdie plan gehad, hy het die roete in sy kop gehad want hulle het vir Moolmanshoek geken, hierdie pragtige vallei en hulle het dit toe kom stap en Herman het met sy GPS, sy weermag ou GPS wat met batterye werk, het hy gekom en hy het hierdie pad aangedurf en hulle het gaan slaap en hulle het gedink hierdie gaan 'n goeie reis wees.
Wat vir my baie spesiaal is van hierdie wedloop is dit voel regtig soos familie. Ons is van die begin af hier gewees en dit was klein, dink nie dit was so groot nie. En dit was so lekker om almal te ken, hier aan te kom en hier's 'n sambreel en 'n paar koeldranke en dit was vreeslik spesiaal om van toe af te sien hoe die reis gegroei het.
Hoekom hou ek van die 4 Peaks? Daar is net geen wedloop wat naby 4 Peaks kom nie. Die tegniese gedeelte, die hoogtes wat jy bereik, hoe hard jy moet klim om daar te kom, is net als jy moeite werd as jy bo is en jy sien die mooi views rondom jou. En om nie regtig 'n roete te hê nie, om bietjie navigational skills te gebruik, dit is net 'n inoefening van alles van mens weet. Dit is verskriklik mooi. Daar is geen reis wat vir my naby hom kom nie.
Is julle reg?
Maar reg wees ook. Dink so.
Is jy reg?
Dink so.
Ek haal my hoed af vir hierdie brawe mense wat hierdie wind en weer gaan tackle. Hier's een van hulle.
Was dit geweest?
Dit was baie lekker. Ja, dit is net koud en die berge en die sneeu is baie mooi. En so hier en daar is baie glad, so my sluishoekie. Maar tweede altyd het my met toe gevang, dis het vir ons all systems go, so dit was baie lekker.
Baie lekker, die begin nog stadig as ek verwag het. Dis dit great af.
En koud. Nee, kan nie my voorbene voel nie.
Dit was goed.
Yes.
Daai is
Jy moes maar twee kortbroeke aan.
Ja, dit het dalk 'n bietjie gehelp het. Definitief, maar lekker. Daarom baie lekker.
nee, ek was nie bad nie. Like deep track, so dit maak 'n bietjie makliker, ek bietjie vinniger hardloop.
It's lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah, I got a special ice facial today.
Dit was wel.
Dit was die mooiste wat ek nog ooit gesien het. Dit was 'n worth experience.
After the break, we take you to Sable Lodge in Zimbabwe.
As the first light of dawn touches the border of Lesotho, a golden glow stretches across the diverse landscapes of this region. And nestled among the greenery and vineyards, there is a place where time moves differently, where peace isn't just found, but felt, where the air is crisp and pure, carrying the scent of earth and dew, and where a symphony of bird songs and rustling leaves sets the tone for the day ahead. There is a distinct warmth here, in the serenity of the mornings, and in the spaces that seem to belong as much to nature as they do to the people who pass through them. It's surprising how familiar roads can lead to a place that feels worlds away, with every winding path and sweeping view. There is a quiet pull to slow down, to wonder, and to fully awaken the senses, to explore its surroundings, uncover its majesty, and most importantly, to simply be. Some places are meant to be seen, others are meant to be felt.
Welcome back to the magnificent Amalinda Safari collection. This time we're traversing the stunning Deathvlei on the edge of the iconic Wangi National Park. Filmed during the dry season, the landscape reveals its stark, raw beauty. But imagine in summertime, this transforms into a lush, vibrant paradise. I was particularly struck by the sheer number of colossal antheils, a testament to the intricate life thriving here. The owners Phil and Sharon Stead were fantastic hosts, and my fellow traveller Adrian Lange from Tourism That Cares was great company. True to Amalinda's signature style, Sable Lodge is a masterpiece of natural integration. From this aerial perspective, the lodge almost disappears into the surrounding wilderness. We were warmly greeted by the lodge's friendly and efficient team, and I wasted no time ordering a refreshing Sable Lager before heading straight for the remarkable Lookout Treehouse and bunker.
So we're standing now in the underground hide at Sable. It gives you a completely different perspective of game viewing, and I'm sure you'll agree, having seen the other two camps that are part of the collection, each camp gives you a different option of viewing the wildlife. So you have three completely different experiences of viewing the same wildlife. So we have both the underground hide here, and then right alongside us here is the tree platform. So you've got a completely different perspective, particularly for photographers, on experiencing that.
As if to underscore the lodge's name, a small herd of majestic sable antelope graced us with their presence. And then, a truly remarkable moment, an incredibly close and personal encounter with a herd of elephants. even managed to coax the normally camera-shy co-owner Phil Stead into a quick interview after the elephants moved on.
So I think there's a lot to be said for the physical structures of the camps, which makes them unique. But for me, the more important part of it is that it's a family-run business. And the dynamics of the family obviously filter through the camps. And the pleasure for me is obviously having a multi-generational business to work amongst.
With a passion. I've seen how good you personally are with people as well. You're really great with people. What's your secret to having happy staff? And not just happy, but also well-trained staff?
So it's not, I don't believe that the training is that important. I think the Zimbabweans as a whole are naturally hospitable people. We're in an industry where we are basically trying to facilitate somebody's enjoyment. They've put money aside for however long it is to enjoy a holiday, and we're a facilitator. And without being too well, let's put it like that. Making other people happy makes people happy. So if you're making people happy, makes you happy, it basically is infectious. And if you have a good brigade of staff, then it all feeds off itself. And if you're doing your job properly, financially, you obviously compensated for that. But the guest leaves happy, and that naturally generates happiness, I think. So that I think is the feel that the staff have. I don't think it's me per se.
Unfortunately, all the rooms were fully booked, preventing me from filming them. However, I did get a glimpse into the particular room where Queen Elizabeth herself stayed way back in 1991. The lodge boasts a total of 11 beautifully thatched rondavels. When you visit any of the Amalinda lodges, a part of your booking fee contributes to the Mother Africa Trust, and in this way you contribute to making the lives of many people much better. Like these predator-proof bomas that are sponsored by the Mother Africa Trust. These bomas protect the local community's livestock from predators and in such a way prevent the unnecessary killing of lions, etc.
So my involvement or my relationship began back in 2015, where I did well with my studies. I had excelled. So through a program called the Better Schools program of Zimbabwe, in which students who have did well with their studies are celebrated. The event was held at Hwange Safari Lodge, and Amalinda Safari Collection was sponsoring the event. And through their inquiries about the students, just to get to know the person, the people that they are getting to support or the event, they came across a certain Wilbrod who did well but was not schooling at that time because of financial constraints. So they gifted me with the academic scholarship, and it took me through high school to tertiary, and I was able to get a degree in development studies, and through Mother Africa as well, I was able to acquire a license in guiding. Yeah, and even after we call them school holidays, which is more like a vacation. So after school, I would come and do some work within the lodges so that I get in touch with the safari industry, and there was a room for growth because I came in as a bedroom hand. I was able to move from one department to another. And right now, I'm now the field operations manager for Mother Africa, and it's quite a good thing that you did there. Thank you.
What I like to see is that Wolves is a product of Mother Africa's education program, and everyone has a different heart for certain things. Some people's heart is for conservation, other people's heart is more for education, water, sanitary. So through our donors and also through our levies at our lodges, we were able to sponsor a child like Wolves, who will also go on and tell you that if it wasn't for that, he would have been mining in the coal mines of Hwange. That's a story he's often told me. But it's great that we are able to give that platform for kids to integrate back into society of what tourism is going to be like, and then move from there into various departments of our company, but also when they want to have that heart to give back and work with the foundation, well, that's key, and that's the goal.
As the sun was setting on the African sky, I could not help remember the words of my good friend Derek Thompson, who loves to quote the title of the Robert Goulet song, "How small we are, how little we know." Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share this adventure with all your friends. Until next time, goodbye, tot ziens, and Sala Handle.